On this episode, we go rare Sunday late afternoon.
You ask questions, and I answer them. This is the Ask Garyvee Show.
What up, YouTube? Good to see you. About to do episode 245 of the Ask Garyvee Show. Live. Thanks, D-Rock.
MC, I'm MC back here.
I hate when D-Rock tries to produce. It freaks me the fuck out. What up, Instagram, Periscope, Facebook, YouTube, everybody's live. You ready?
Yeah.
All right, 245. Hey everybody, this is Gary Vaynerchuk, and this is episode 245 of the Ask Garyvee Show. We've got all sorts of things going on. YouTube, Facebook, Periscope, and Instagram Live, and Facebook. Facebook is where we're getting the questions from here today. Oh, Facebook on two computers. And that's it. We'll see if we can match the intensity of the last episode that created the epic piece of content with Taylor. Andy's not even waiting. He's getting right into it. I mean, I'm cool with that. Phone numbers on Facebook if you want to be on the show.
Hello, this is Kenneth Hanover.
Hey man, it's Gary V. How are you?
No way, how are you?
Good man, I didn't catch your name, and turn down the stream if you can.
Yeah, definitely, it's Kenneth Hanover.
Kenneth, cool man, how are you? Where are you from?
I'm from Terrytown originally, born
Nice.
and raised here in New York.
Love it, man. I went to a great toy show in Terrytown in 1993 and bought a lot of old school Star Wars manuals and made a fuckload of money, so I love Terrytown.
That's awesome. What was that, over at the Hilton or something?
Yeah, it was actually 24 years ago. They still do shows there?
I don't know if they still do shows there. I mean, that's like literally like right down the street from my parents' house.
I love it. So what's your question, bro?
Okay, so I'll kind of get to it. So I, over this past year, I was working at a startup and then recently got laid off or was made redundant in December of this year.
Okay.
And I kind of like, I was at a point in my life where I was like in sales and I was like pretty into it. And, I was like, all right, this is working for me. And then, I don't know, like I just suddenly was like not that excited about it. So now I'm trying to figure out what
Not excited because of the gut punch of the layoff, or not excited prior to it?
I think not excited prior to it.
Okay.
Like I was working at Yelp.
Yep.
And it was like a lot of high volume outbound cold call sales.
Yep.
And, it was just one of those things that I started doing. I got into it just because, I need to be making money and
Sure.
get a job.
Yep.
And, it came to a point where it was like another opportunity presented itself. And I was just like, all right, well, maybe this will be different. I'll be in a startup. I'll have a lot more autonomy over my day. And then I kind of just found out that I was getting pushed back in that same direction, which is just like a bunch of outbound cold call, sales calls.
Right.
And I don't know. For me, it was just like, I felt like I was like living a Groundhog Day, where I was basically just like waking up doing the same thing over and over and over again.
You were?
Yeah. And so I guess like now I'm at a situation where I just moved back home with my parents, and I guess I'm trying to figure out what's going to excite me, or like what my next step should be, because I think going and continuing to do the same thing is obviously not going to be good for my self-esteem or good for me mentally. And like I think I've kind of at this point decided, what do I like? I don't want to do this, but at the same time, I don't know what it is that I do want to do.
But
I'm trying to figure that out.
Can you afford, Andy, watch this, you can knock that over. Are you in a place where you can afford to go and taste a lot of different things? I think of this like food. People are always like, what's my passion? What do I like to do? I'm like, I don't know. Like if you only eat pizza and hot dogs, how do you not, know if, foie gras or sushi or lemon soup is your favorite food of all time? I don't know where lemon soup came from. But, are you in a place where you can go and try doing different things? And if you can't, go get a 9-to-5 job that pays your basic life away, and then spend your 5:30 p.m. to midnight tasting other things in startup land or internships. That's the actual practical answer to solve this question. Did we lose him? Is that him calling back? Hello? Hello? Yeah, all right, he's done. All right, let's move on. Yeah, I mean, sorry we lost the call. where you go when you don't know what you want to do is you have to try to do things. I mean, it's not super complicated. So if you've got a trust fund, or if you've saved some money, or if you're living, ghetto and don't give a shit and live with 11 roommates and, and can afford to just cancel it out, what you got to do is you got to go and try things. You got to try operations, you got to try sales, you got to try all these different things. That's really just the only option out there. And so you've got to put yourself in a position, whether being humble and ghetto, to go and try things, or maybe you're in a luxury spot where you can go and do that. It's really the only way. You're not going to find out by guessing.
Lisa with the ground level cookie business.
Good.
Hello.
Hey Lisa, it's Garyvee, and you're on the Ask Garyvee show.
Shut up, are you serious?
I am not joking, Lisa.
That's crazy.
How are you?
That's awesome. Awesome.
So what's your question?
So I literally just started a very ground level cookie business about a year ago. I literally just did it out of fun. It was a hobby. And I was in full-time school for my cosmetology license, and unfortunately went through a divorce.
Okay.
But this cookie business has taken off and has become more than just a hobby. Within less than a year, I've gotten about 400 fans just on Facebook. So I'm wondering if I should take it to the next level and kind of get like my LLC and really brand it. And how to kind of go about doing that on a professional level.
Well, there is no, here's what's great about entrepreneurship. There's no amateurs or professional. Like getting an LLC doesn't mean you're professional. There's plenty of people that don't have an LLC that are making tons of money. They should get an LLC when they get to a certain scale for legal and financial purposes, but don't think of this as like graduating to like, I get an LLC and I take it serious. You've already done the hard part. You actually did something. Right? So are we talking about you make cookies and sell them?
I do. They're custom cookies, so it's basically a sugar cookie, which everybody absolutely loves.
Yep.
And then I custom.
Well, I don't love them because Jordan's sitting here and I don't eat sugar cookies. Tell him, Jordan. But I get it. Everybody, right? And then you design on top of them, right? Like D-Rock's face or things like that. Yeah.
And it's all hand designed, and I haven't done anything where I print anything. It's all literally
and
custom.
How much are the cookies, and how much have you made so far?
I'm averaging right now about $600 a month in cookies.
And how much profit? And how much profit is that? Like 400? Like 300? It's pretty profitable, right?
It's very profitable. It's very profitable right now. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
and I'm only doing it part time.
Do you love it?
I do. I honestly do. I think that it's amazing that a cookie can bring so much joy to somebody's life. I feel like I can touch people's lives, and it's really cool. And I've very fastly grew outside of the friends and family. There's people on Facebook who don't know who I am, and I've never met them, and they've never tasted the cookie before, that are ordering dozens of cookies from me and spending hundreds of dollars with me to get them.
What are you guys all laughing about? I'm curious.
It's super interesting. It's cool to hear that.
Guys, you know how many people make $1 million a year selling cookies and brownies and like baked goods? I fucking love baked goods. Why do you think that Fat Gary existed? Listen, I think this is a real business. I think here's what you need to think about. Are you gonna be capable of hiring other people? Like, do you wanna, right now it's a hobby and it's fun and you get a lot of release, and probably, even the way you set it up, you decided to bring up the divorce, so maybe it was an escapism for you. You love the art part. You need to figure out if you're a business person, because if you're just the artist, it's gonna get to a place where you're not.
No, it's definitely a business part. I mean, I've been in direct sales for about 10 years.
Well, then you should definitely build this business. I guarantee, based on, let me rephrase, my intuition says that you have the capability of building $1 million revenue minimum cookie business if you go hard and fast. And if you're making 70%, 80% margin, that's life-changing. So, I think you should very much seriously I don't see what permission you're looking for from me. I think you should, can you afford to go all in?
At this point, I don't know, and I think that's where do I go? How do I do it?
No. It's very simple. What were you gonna say? Do you have to look for what?
Do I need like an investor?
No.
Do I need
I knew you were
gonna
say that. No. You need to be making fucking cookies right now and putting out content, not fucking being on social media and watching my show.
Yes, Gary.
No, but I mean, I really believe that truth, right? Like, here's what you need to do, and what everybody needs to do when they've got something brewing, but they're not in a practical place yet to jump all in. They need to sacrifice every other second so that you could get the cookie sales from 600 a month to 6,000 a month and let you leap. Like, I want people, if they really love it, let me paint you a scenario that may not be yours, but I'm trying to give value to everybody. If you're making 80,000 a year, right, and you live on an 80,000 a year kind of budget, right, like your rent and everything, and you've got something that's making $600 a month, like selling, you know, pictures or cookies or whatever you're doing, and you want to go all in, you've never had such happiness. Step one, figure out how to bring your expenses to a $60,000 a year life, right? You don't need nice shoes. The girl yesterday in Vancouver, I'm like, you don't need those nice shoes. Stop talking shit, right? Maybe you move if you don't own a home and get lower rent. Like, literally, you'd get to 60,000 and then you spend every other second, and I mean every second. You go to sleep at 1 in the morning and you wake up at 6 because you're baking cookies and you're building up your Instagram and your Pinterest.
That's my life.
Good. So, like, to me, that's like, just go pot committed until you get to a place where you can afford to make the jump, and then that's what you do. And then you start, and once you make that jump, let's say you got it up to 5,000 a month because you subsidized up to 60,000, but you were doing it part-time. If you loved it and you were good enough to get it to that 60,000, when you make the jump and your whole day is that 60,000 gets to $180 real fast.
Wow, okay.
Got it?
Yeah.
Awesome, good luck.
Awesome, thanks, Gary.
Yeah, you're welcome. That was awesome. I mean, that's the thing, like too many people talk out of both sides of their mouth. They're like, they want this new thing, and I think she's got it, I'm not talking about her. They want this new thing, but they've got student loans, they've got rent, but what a lot of people have is a lifestyle, and it's too fancy compared to what they want. Everybody's rushing. Yesterday I saw a bunch of 19-year-olds with nice suits. They need to be living in the fucking basement with 3 friends and saving that $3,000 and putting it back in their business. We lack old school practicality in today's new environment. Ryan? Yeah. That's what needs to happen. Save money, invest in your business.
Thank you for holding. Ryan speaking.
Ryan, this is Garyvee, and you're in the Ask Garyvee show.
Gary, how's it going, man?
Super well, bro. How are you?
My name's Ryan. I'm in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada.
Meetauto.ca?
Yeah, we're an automotive listing site.
Okay.
Like Auto Trader or Kijiji, you can sell your cars on our site.
I understand.
So we're looking at getting some funding, and we're a startup. It took us 2.5 years to develop the platform, and we're looking to do some marketing. So if you had $20,000 and wanted to get the best bang for your buck, I've watched some of your stuff.
Facebook.
But I'm curious. Yeah.
And do you know when you run Facebook ads in the auto industry, you can actually tap into bulk data?
You're right. I've heard some of that stuff. I've done some research on it.
Stop doing research and start doing. Spend all $20,000 on bulk data-backed Facebook ads.
Awesome.
Great.
Yeah, that's amazing. Is there anything else that you would do?
Nope.
Like any other marketing strategies?
Nope.
Just hammer it into Facebook?
Yep.
That's amazing. Yeah, I really appreciate that. And is there anything else, advice, videos I should watch of yours to help us out?
Nope. Facebook, bulk data.
Thanks for being straight up, Gary. Really love your stuff.
Love you too, man. See ya. When you have the best hand, bulk data is an industry data source that actually tracks people and knows that they're in the market for a sedan. You can literally know somebody's in the market for a 4-wheel vehicle. And of course the data is not 100% pure, but it's doing search queries, it's doing people that are surveying. It's just clean data. You're literally getting into people's feeds that are in the fucking market to buy a car. Instead of what all these car people do is buy billboards and run commercials all the time because you never know when somebody's in the market for a car. Yes, you don't know if they're in the market car if it's 1984. Hey bro, it's Garyvee. You're on the Ask Garyvee show, Jose.
Yes, hi, how are you?
Sensational, and you?
Hi, how are you?
I'm great, bro. This is Gary Vaynerchuk from the Ask Garyvee show.
I can't believe I'm on the phone with you right now.
You are, man.
Unbelievable. I'm a huge fan.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. What can I help you with?
Let me get to the point. So I feel like the market's going to tank in the next few months. Nobody sees it. I see it because I've been looking at patterns basically all my life. I've been in real estate since I was 18.
Okay.
I'm doing great. Business is great. So it's weird for me to be the guy that says, hey, things are about to tank and let's slow shit down.
Okay.
Do you think I should be looking for a different avenue to compensate for that or just save for the bad times?
I see. So you're in the real estate business and you think the real estate market's about to collapse.
Yep.
So I think you're 100% right. Now, whether it's 3 months from now or a year, I'm not sure. It could be 18 months. You know as well as I do. You can never fully predict for it. So one thing you should do. So do you buy properties and flip them, or do you are you like a real estate agent and sell homes? Like, what do you do?
Correct. I do residential sales, and I'm also an investor as well.
Well, and if you believe it's gonna tank, you should divest into cash.
Okay.
Like, I mean, what are you gonna talk about it and then fucking sit on assets when they go down 30 to 50%?
No, I'd have to pretty much sell everything off.
That's how you do it.
Okay. I mean,
I sold my Twitter stock when I thought it wasn't going to be as valuable, and I was right. That was a good idea.
Yeah. Okay. So sell the inventory off.
Well, yeah. I mean, look. Bro.
I think residential wise. How can I produce during the bad times?
So you're less worried about your investments because you don't have that much capital tied in. You're more worried about losing the commissions that come in from selling homes.
I'm worried about more of producing money during the bad times because capital is fine. I could sell off the investments that I have and I'll be perfectly fine for the next 5 years, but I'm talking about building. Yeah,
so I mean, whenever there's a down market, there's up opportunities elsewhere. So I mean, look, listen, have you been doing the real estate thing were you involved in 2007, 8, 9?
12 years. I got in 05.
Great.
Made like 120 grand in my first year, and then everything took a shit.
So what did you learn? Where was the money made during that shit?
At the beginning, and then when everything took a dump, that's when a lot of people made their money. Is when the market was down.
Right. So I think you need to use the pattern recognition of what happened then, right? So what are the angles? What are the opportunities? Or do you take a reprieve from that market, get all your cash out, and then deploy it into other areas that you think are going up during that time, right? Or do you take that cash, right? If you just told me you're gonna sell everything and you're good for 5 years, then I would sell it, take that cash, wait for it to happen, and then buy shit on a nickel on the dollar so that when the next come up comes, you make a real fucking fortune.
Okay. Yeah. That's what I pretty much needed to hear, and I was scared to do it. It's just, you're going against a prediction. Everything's the unknown. But as far as patterns go in the market, it's always the same.
That's exactly right. So like what too many of my friends do is they love to claim that they got it right, but their actions didn't match. They were thrilled that they said that they predicted the real estate market was going to collapse, yet they didn't sell their 7 homes.
Right.
So they feel good, like I told you over a beer, but their fucking bank account got punched in the mouth.
Yeah.
I'd rather you not predict shit and fucking sell off and make money.
Correct.
Cool. Thanks, Jose.
Exactly.
All right,
I appreciate the call.
No worries, brother. Take care. Jose. I mean, look, that was a fun call and I get it. Like, it's scary to sell off. If you can afford to hold it through the whole way through, you can do that. But, if you're still in the early part of your career, selling at a high, taking the cash and then catching it on the low, that's just smart. I mean, it's just not super confusing. The problem is everybody, it's really fun to predict shit when you have no money lost. Everybody loves to Monday morning quarterback. Everybody loves to tell me how to run this business. Let me make them the CEO for a week. See them quiver and fold like a cheap fucking chair.
Fro knows.
Is this Fro? Get out of here.
Should be.
Fro.
Garrett.
What's up, Jared? I know, man. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you making out?
Tremendous. How's Philly?
Philly is looking up and up right now.
I love it.
Real estate market's on fire.
I love it. What's cooking, bro?
Question, is there ever such a thing as putting out too much content?
The answer is yes in the micro algorithm game of marketing and no in the branding game of marketing. So I say no.
All right. How about Do you think?
I mean, look, bro, this is a very simple question. The people that are deepest knowledgeable about what's going on in social content will tell you there's certain platforms and certain algorithms that you don't want to put out too much content because it can hurt you.
Sure.
I tell you, sure, but what happens is you lose certain awareness, but the volume makes up for it. Plus, you might have not put out that one fucking piece of content that changed your life. It's a massively interesting debate, probably even amongst my own team. I just believe what I believe. I just don't think you can put out. By the way, there's another thing. It's called your talent on the content. Like if you're a one-trick pony and you're not interesting and you can't bring value, well, how much content can you put out? Which is why document over create became such a big thing for me, because it allows people to put out more content than they were putting out.
Do you ever think you're burning out people, or do you think you're adding more people than you're losing?
I think I'm adding more people than I'm losing. And I think I'm burning some people out.
Right, which is bound to happen, but the people stick around. I mean, I'm 2,500 videos in on YouTube and micro-contenting everywhere else where we need to be. And the other thing is,
you got to remember, the other thing is, and this is important, not everybody like if I was a 16-year-old vlogger, like blue-eyed pretty boy, I'd have 7 million fans on YouTube. Like certain platforms over-indexed. You know, you and I are in a demo and have been doing it at a time, like, we still don't live in a world where a ton of 40, 50, and 60-year-olds are consuming YouTube all the time. So you're gonna have your audiences, but I'm worried where you're going with this is, and where a lot of people going with this is, people that have been in the game for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years, you have plateaus. I've had them, but it's almost like an actor, right? Like John Travolta, Saturday Night Fever, whatever, big star of the late 70s and early 80s, then nothing from 83 to 94, 95, and then Pulp Fiction, back. Right, Mickey Rourke, like I think of it that way. Like you might just be hot for a year and then cool for 3, and then one piece of content can change everything. Simon Sinek, somebody I've known for a long time, been in the game, putting out content for 5 years. His interview the other day where he shit on millennials, I disagree, went viral as fuck, and now he's here. Yeah,
makes total sense. I'm not stopping anytime soon, but.
The thing I would tell you, and the thing if you look at my behavior, is maybe you need to think about other platforms and being really aggressive. Maybe you would have really popped in 10-second form on Instagram and Vine or Snapchat videos. Like the one thing I would tell you is always hardcore taste the other stuff. And I know you do micro content other places, but sometimes put another flag down, not just on YouTube. What's going on with you in Facebook video? Are you hardcore, putting it all there too?
I've been hardcore on Facebook videos since they started putting it up.
Good.
I've been part of some of the beta tests that they've been.
How about hiring an intern who loves photography to transcribe your video and make it into blog form?
Yeah, that's I transcribe most of the videos. We put the transcriptions up on YouTube. We put them all over the place because I hear the transcriptions get traction on YouTube, though I haven't seen any bump from that yet.
How about the part that really works on YouTube? How hardcore have you been about collaborations?
Collaborations have been difficult at this juncture. Because there's not a lot of other people to work with on my side.
Sure there is. You need to figure out how to integrate your narrative into other people's shit.
Sure, beyond photography makes total sense.
No, only beyond photography. That's the punchline.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing but people like vlogging, like every single vlogger on YouTube is in play for you because photography plays.
Good point.
Thank you.
Totally good point.
Yeah, that's why I do this show.
One more?
Yeah, go ahead.
Are you spending money on YouTube?
We've stopped, right? We're so hardcore Instagram and Facebook right now. But I believe in YouTube ads and believe there's value in it. But I would collab the fuck out of your life. You should literally email and reach out to every single vlogger on YouTube, which will take you the rest of your life and your children's lives.
All right, thank you.
You got it, brother. That's really good advice. The collabos really are the game. Like, bring value. He's an amazing photographer. Go and shoot somebody's, you know how many families are vlogging that have tons of people? Email them and say, I want to come on and I'll take photography of your family. You'll have some great family portraits and he'll get 4,000 subscribers and he'll fly to Ohio. All right, solid show. Good advice, this one. I liked it. You liked it, right? Just like a good, solid Sunday afternoon while everybody's like scratching their ass watching basketball right now. We're pumping out shit. You keep asking questions, I'll keep answering them.